Holy shit. This is officially the craziest and coolest thing that Apple has ever done.
Want daily tech news in a way that doesn't suck? Of course you do. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next episode.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Front Page Tech, the show that gives you all the latest tech news from one geek that is me to another that is you. Merry Christmas Eve, everybody! Well, I don't mean everybody. If you don't celebrate Christmas, which is a lot of you, Merry Tuesday. Just a regular Tuesday for you. Okay, news. All right, so first up for the day, story numero uno. This is so fucking crazy. Listen, before I tell you the news portion, this is related. I need to take you back to Little Jern. I need to tell you a Little Jern story. All right, so picture it. Sicily, 1922.
Picture it. Sicily, 1922.
Okay, for real. 2007, the iPhone has come out, the first one, it's here. Little Jern. I guess I'm not that little. I was in 7th grade. So, like this big. At that time, the iPhone was this mystical thing. It was like magic. And because Jern was stupid, his friends tricked him. My friend had me believe that one of the reasons that the iPhone was so special was because there were satellites in space just for the iPhone. And no matter what, no matter where you were, you always had signal. Because when you walk around with your iPhone, the satellite also follows you around from the space and beams this magical beams down to you, and boom, you always have signal. Magical device. I believed that shit for like a full year. And now hang on. Before you laugh at Little Jern, it's fucking happening. It is now 2020. Well, almost. Yeah, okay, whatever, technically, calendars and stuff. But we're pretty much there. It's 2020. Bottom line, we are in the future now, and according to a brand new report from Bloomberg, Jern's magical, mystical iPhone dream is about to be Jern's iPhone magical, mystical reality. According to them, Apple is working on satellite technology. Satellites in space that will beam down data to Apple devices. What? Obviously, there's a bunch of stuff that we don't know yet, but apparently Apple hired and leading the team for this whole satellite thing is somebody from Google, a former Google employee from their satellite staff. We got no idea exactly how it's gonna work. We don't know if Apple is like making their own satellites to put in space, or if they're just gonna like rent other people's satellites. Now listen, we might not ever see this. Apple's working on it, but it doesn't mean it'll be a thing and we'll finally have it. And when we do, if we do finally have it, we don't know exactly when either. But if we remember, if you've been watching this show for like a few years now, you know Apple has been increasing the monies that they're spending on research and development. That's a thing. And yeah, I think satellites floating in space shooting space beams down to your iPhone would be considered under the category of research and development. This could be fucking incredible. Like, listen, I know this is just speculation right now, the next part that I'm about to tell you, but like, we don't know exactly how or why Apple wants to implement this, but what if it's to just not have to rely on carriers anymore? Apple is all about services right now, okay? You know that, I know that. We all know this right now. You buy Apple stuff, and because you now have Apple stuff, products, devices, there are now services that you can buy into, and Apple keeps adding services, and then you have an extra monthly cost, multiple extra monthly costs now. What if this is just Apple adding another service where they just cut out the whole need for a carrier, they just cut that bullshit. And now, not only do you buy your products, your phones from Apple, but also you pay monthly for that phone to work. They don't gotta rely on carriers or carrier towers in your area. You have a fucking space coaster shooting down magic to your face and your asshole. So going back to this Bloomberg report, like I said, we don't know exactly what this is for, but I want my guess. I just guessed right now. That's all that was, and I hope that it comes true. Please, Apple. It would be crazy, like world domination crazy, but I want it. Okay, so speaking of carriers, let's now talk about T-Mobile. As you know, T-Mobile's working on a little something. They're trying to merge with Sprint. That's been going on for a while, and it's gonna go through. It's been approved by most people that need to approve this merger. So yes, very soon we're gonna have the new T-Mobile that is just T-Mobile and Sprint combined. But apparently that wasn't the only part of this master plan. There's more. After the Sprint merger, they also planned to merge with another company. The only problem is that other company happens to be literally the worst one. Comcast, ladies and gentlemen. This is not a drill. T-Mobile, in internal documents, has been planning to merge with Comcast, the cable company. And we've talked about Comcast for years on this show, specifically how mostly every year they are the #1 rated worst company in the US. Consumers absolutely hate Comcast. And as you can see here, The Verge actually obtained internal documents from T-Mobile from back in 2015 that discussed all that they were planning. If you look at these documents, it's all in there, where they mentioned first wanting to merge with Sprint, which is obviously, it's not 2015 anymore, and we're right at the end of that. We're right at the end of this merger where it's official. I mean, at one point in these internal documents, they say that a move into mobile might be the only natural option for Comcast to grow. Now, you might be asking, and I really haven't seen any other tech publications bring this up. You might be wondering why T-Mobile would ever consider merging with Comcast. That seems so out of left field. But if you think about it, it doesn't. AT&T offers everything. AT&T obviously being a wireless carrier, but they also have roots in pretty much everything. They have cable, they offer cable, they have internet for your home, they own DirecTV. Verizon also does similar stuff. So, I mean, yeah, it could make sense. This merger could make sense for T-Mobile if they wanted to have their fingers in everything. Just like AT&T, similar to Verizon. I mean, that's pretty much their master plan. That's why they said they were merging with Sprint, was to better compete with Verizon and AT&T. There's only there's one big problem here. There's one. And that's the uncertainty of whether or not T-Mobile wants to acquire Comcast or if they're considering the other way around. That part is not clear in the internal documents, and that's the part that is scary to me. Because T-Mobile has been going against the grain. That's been their mantra for years now, the whole Un-carrier thing. Take what everyone is used to from other wireless networks and flip it all on its head and change the landscape of the market, and they've successfully done that. This, however, would be going in reverse, going against everything they've stood for. So if they got acquired by Comcast, it would put T-Mobile right back in the bucket of bullshit. But if T-Mobile is the one that acquires Comcast, there's hope, at least I hope, that they'll bring a similar model to the Comcast ecosystem. There'll still be T-Mobile that has the same company values, the same values for consumers that they have had for the last few years, and they'll bring that to a major company like Comcast. That's best case scenario. Worst case scenario is this shit hits the fan, Comcast owns T-Mobile, and then everything sucks. That's a real possibility. So I was just hanging out, laying down, sleeping like you do. And in the middle of my sleep, I woke up to 4 emails from Twitter saying, hey, just want to let you know, don't worry, but we kind of up. You probably got the same email as well. Effectively, what happened was there was some sort of issue, and according to Twitter, said issue could have compromised your account. That's all. Now, this is specific to Twitter for Android because, of course it is. They said, we recently fixed a vulnerability within Twitter for Android that could allow a bad actor to see non-public account information or to control your account, like send tweets for you or DMs, read your DMs, send DMs, whatever they want. Also in the email, they said, prior to the fix, through a complicated process involving the insertion of malicious code into restricted storage areas of the Twitter app, it may have been possible for a bad actor to access information. Now, according to them, there is no evidence that malicious code was inserted to the Twitter app, though it could have happened. They just don't know it and can't confirm it. So this is a problem within the app itself. So right now, you should probably head over and update your Twitter app, immediately. Well, not really immediately. Let's be real. You can finish this show first to spend some time with Jern. Then when Jern is done with you, then you can go update your Twitter. I'm sure nothing will happen in between, right? In between the time that you're spending with me, and then when you finally do update your app, I'm sure nothing's going to happen between that time, so you might as well just spend it with me. Actually, the show's over. You're free to go. That's the show. Hopefully you liked it. You learned something. If you did, hit the like button. If you hate my stupid face, hit the dislike button. That works too. If you're new here, subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.